there's a trust that is built. When your parents told you to do something, 9 times out of 10, you did it because you trust them. You did what they said, because what they suggested, because you have a level of trust. And the reason why you had a level of trust is because that was cultivated. They showed up when you needed. They kissed that boo boo when you got hurt. They made the beautiful meals, right? They were there in your darkest hour. That builds trust. So when you sit and you have a relationship with God, you're building that trust. And through that trust, you're able to do the things that's being suggested, right? In Jeremiah 29:11, for I know the plans I have for you. Let's stop right there. For I know the plans I have for you. So why would God say that? Why would he say, I know the plans I have for you? Think about it. When a child is being raised, right, in a loving home, and that child especially like, what's the age when they start to want to go to friend's house? I'm going to say, like, let's just say junior high school. What age is that? 11, 12? It's been a while. Okay. It depends on where that child said that they want to go. It depends on what household. If a parent know that house or that influence of that particular friend is not the best for that child, more than likely the mother or father are going to say no, because they know what's going on over there. They know what can happen if their child is being influenced, right? So when God says, for I know the plans I have for you, meaning if I'm telling you to do something, it's because I know what I have that is going to require you to be a particular person. For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you. That right there, plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Remember, I was talking about the relationship. In order for you to believe in those plans to be that God literally has plans to prosper you and not to harm you, you have to have a level of trust. I believe that a lot of times we don't trust God. There's not a trust there, right? That's something that I think that if we are all, including myself, being honest about, it's hard to keep at a heightened level every single day. Some days the trust is higher, some days not so much. Not because you don't believe God, it's because you're a human being. You have senses. You see so many other things that is that is distracting you and pulling you every which way. And now you are being challenged. Your thought process, your faith is being challenged because you have to go against your flesh. You have to go against the things that you are seeing in order to keep a level of faith. What is faith? Faith is the things is being, how they say, faith is having the ability to believe in the things that yet is unseen. Girl, can we talk about that? Having faith is having the ability to believe in the things that is yet unseen. You have to have a sense of delusion, right? Because if you want to go with logic, your faith is going to be challenged. Because a lot of times God tells you to do things that may not make sense. It may not always make sense, right? But if you have a relationship with the Creator, if you have a relationship with yourself, there's a level of trust that happens. I do believe that. I do believe that there is a level of trust that happens when you What's going on with this hair, girl? Okay. There's a level of trust that happens when you have the ability to see things from a perspective and sit with yourself and realize that you love yourself. You mean well to yourself. You mean well. You realize that God created a person that is sovereign, that is full of love, that is full of light. And you get to a point where you start to, because you start to trust, you get to trust in what is being told to you, what good is being told to you. And that's where the faith starts to get even stronger, I believe. Right? So, for I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Plans to give you hope and a future. So hope, right? Faith is for the things that are hoped for, but yet unseen. But here it is. God says, for I know the plans I have for you. And then it says plans to give you hope and a future. So basically, when you establish this relationship, you become this beacon of light, of understanding that, whoa, like it must be big. You know, I like to play this game with myself, especially like if life is happening, and I like to, like, that's when I'll go into like, oh, wow, my blessing must be big because like this is you're really trying to really like distract me. Okay. And I mean, no, my blessings are so big. Wow, you tried it, but no cigar, right? You have to have a level, I would even say, of like delusion almost, like, because it's funny. It's funny. It's funny. And I know you're like, oh, well, what's funny? Life is not funny. It is. It is, because at the end of the day, there's really nothing you could do to change it, right? So the only thing you have the ability to change is your thought process. So why not start with that?
A comment, a review, preferably 5 stars. And don't forget to check me out on Instagram, because what is popping over there. And also check out my YouTube channel to stay connected and see your girl's lovely face. Guys, I love you so much. Keep on pushing, and I'll definitely speak to you soon. Be blessed.